And now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
Hardship. My grandmother would go through it every month to pay her insurance bill. First, she would handwrite a paper check, in cursive. Then, using her own tongue, she would wet a stamp for an envelope. Today, however, we need not weary our hands and tongues. Today, we can pay our Geico bill with the Geico app. Away with hardship, in with bill pay on the Geico app. Thank you.
You are tuning into a Goldilocks Productions presentation of the InnerSpeak Soul Adventures radio show with Jean Adrienne. Jean is the creator of InnerSpeak, a method for clearing karmic and ancestral blocks. She's the author of 4 books and 2 decks of metaphysical clearing and activation cards. Jean offers private sessions via phone or Skype, as well as her office located in Blairsville, Georgia. Call in now to reserve your spot on the switchboard. The call-in number is 657-383-1895. Enjoy this soul-healing show.
Good afternoon. Happy Monday. I am so thrilled to be here with you guys today. It's an exciting, wonderful day. The sun is shining, and down here in North Georgia, we are in the middle of blackberry winter. In other words, it's freaking cold outside, and it shouldn't be that in May. We had the coldest Friday was the coldest day of that particular, I don't know what the date was again, but that date since 1935. So now it can warm up and we can actually have spring because the blackberries have bloomed and blackberry winter has taken place, and I'm ready for it to get on its little bandwagon and ride on out of here and let me have some springtime weather. So I'm Jean Adrienne. I'm your host today, and I'm going to be doing InnerSpeak clearings for you and helping you out in any way that I can. And if you would like to avail yourself of my services, just give me a call right now. The number is 657-383-1895. And then once you call in, you need to press 1. And sometimes Blog Talk doesn't recognize it the first time you press 1. So press it again. You have to press 1 until you hear the automated announcement say you're now in the host queue. And then I'll be able to see you and know that you're there, because I know that I've got a bunch of callers out there. And it's okay if you just want to listen, that's fine. But if you would like reading and clearing, please press 1, and I will be happy to pick you up. So we are out of Mercury retrograde. We are out of Venus retrograde. And I hope that you guys are beginning to feel, as I am, that everything's beginning to move forward. I don't know. I've got this like breath of fresh air. And I've already cleaned my house and cleaned out all my closets and I'm ready to move forward. And I think I told many of you last week, but this time next week, I'll actually be at the airport getting ready to fly to France for a 2-week vacation. So I will miss you guys next week. Lori Houston will be running the show for me, and she's going to be doing her wonderful readings and her own brand of clearing. So, you know, you'll be able to get the services then. The following week, we will not have a show. Because Lori had another commitment and can't do it that week, and I won't be back yet because I'll be in a different time zone and not able to actually get to Blog Talk. So while I'm waiting for you guys to either press 1 if you want a reading, I want to do never mind, we actually have our first caller. I'll do my generic clearing later, but first caller is area code 404. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, Jean. This is Roxanne.
Hi, Roxanne. How can I help you today?
Yes, well, I was hoping that you could do a clearing and help me with severe muscle spasms in my low back. We can't seem to get to the root of the cause.
All right. Well, let's just see what we can find there for you, sweetie. So just take a moment, surrender to Spirit and ask for help. Okay. And so the first card that I pulled, the red card, says that the source of this issue is before you were born, conception, gestation, and birth. So let me see. It's actually birth trauma. So I'm going to pull 2 of the orange cards, and let's just see what the setup is around your birth. And so this could also be a metaphoric birth. You know, we're all moving into a brand new life where I think each of us is really trying to get rid of all the things that don't serve us anymore so that we can give birth to our new self, our light body self. And so this could be a metaphoric birth that we're dealing with here. But the first thing it says is broken heart. And the second thing it says is abuse of power. So I'm not really quite sure what that would mean in your situation, but let's see what this did to your soul. So I'm going to shuffle up the yellow cards. The yellow cards are the soul reaction, and this is actually where you connect in to the birth trauma. And it says your heart has been shut down. Whoa. Okay. And that would be to protect yourself. So there's a stuck belief that we need to acknowledge and let go of so that we can let go of the muscle spasms. So let's see, which one is it? This one. And the stuck belief is, I'm not being taken seriously. Interesting. All right.
Very interesting.
So let's clear this away. So I'm going to pull 3 of the green clearing cards. And we will just do what they tell us to do and know that your higher self will select the correct 3 cards that will create the shift for you. The first one is this one right here. And the next one is this one right here. And the final one is, there's 2 of them, these 2. So you're going to get 4. Okay. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you just to ask and intend that your vibration be raised as high as is humanly possible for you right here, right now. So if you've been in pain, then your vibration has been lowered to match that pain. So let's shift you out of that. Just ask Spirit to raise your vibration as high as is possible for you right now. And there are old thought forms inside your body and out in your field that actually goes back to the point of your birth, at this place where something happened with abuse of power. I don't know if you were maybe a forceps delivery, something like that could be construed as a birth trauma of abuse of power. Or maybe you just weren't ready to come out, and so you got pushed out anyway. So anyway, there are thought forms. It's just old stuck energy in your body and in your field. So I want you to just close your eyes, and I want you to scan your energy inside and outside your body and find any areas of old stuck energy. And just to ask the angels to take this stuff to the light. Let's just send all that old junk to the light because it doesn't serve you right now. Good. All right. So your heart chakra is closed. I want you to put your attention on your heart center. I want you to invite your heart center to open up and to release all of the wounds that are stored in your heart center, have been stored there since your birth. And just let your heart center heal itself. Allow it to balance its energies front and back, yin and yang. You might want to throw a little ho'oponopono on this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And then finally, what I want you to do is I want you to go back to the point of your birth and find your little baby self. And I want you to pick her up in your arms and hold her like she was your own child. And then I want you to walk with her into St. Germain's beautiful violet flame bonfire of transformation. And allow the violet flame to burn away any of her fears or concerns, to heal her little broken heart, and to release you from pain. Let the violet flame burn all the pain away. When you feel complete with that, you can step out of the violet flame bonfire. And you receive blessings from the angels for doing this work. Your first blessing is renewed faith in yourself. Your second blessing is a healing from your awakened inner. And your final blessing is opening to miracles. So, it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment and give thanks to your angels, to your teachers, and your guide. And Roxanne, we thank you so much for being our first caller today and getting everything rolling on our show. And I just hope that your muscle spasms are now gone and that you are back to 100%.
Thank you, Jean. That was really wonderful. Thank you.
You are very welcome. And we've got our next caller, area code 803. Who am I speaking with today?
Hi, Jean. This is Hillary.
Hi, Hillary. How can I help you today?
Oh, I think I'll tag on Roxanne's portion there. Been having lots of problems with my tailbone. It's not really the lower back, but the tailbone. And when I went to the massage therapist, she said it was that my glutes are not activating. So if we can clear all of that, all of those things that are associated with each other that are causing this discomfort in my tailbone.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Have you by any chance looked up the tailbone in Louise Hay to see what that's all about?
I did, and I forgot what it means.
Okay, I just happened to have looked that up recently. I don't remember it. I don't have my book close at hand, but I thought that it was really profound when I looked it up. So just a thought. You may want to look at it again, but let's just get rid of this right now. All right, so take a moment, surrender to Spirit, and ask for help. Interesting. So the source on this is veil of death. There is a soul who's trying to get your attention. I'm not sure if this person is someone who is on this side of the veil or on the other side of the veil who's trying to get closure with you. It feels like it's someone who is still on the earth plane, but they need to get some closure and or forgiveness. So let's look at the setup around this and see if this will give you kind of any indications of what all's going on here. And, this may not even be somebody that you know because, if you are a medium of any sort, and I kind of tend to believe that you are, it just could be a soul that maybe in your soul group that resonates with you and is reaching out to you for help. So let's look and see what the setup is on this one. The first thing it says is punished for another's misdeeds. The second thing it says is suicide. So I happen to know you well enough to know that you have had someone who has crossed because of suicide. And so maybe I'm wrong about this being on this side of the veil. Let's look at the soul reaction, because this is where you're connected to this individual, this soul. So let me pull a yellow card for you. And it says loss of faith in yourself, others, and God. And this, it makes a lot of sense to me that if I were a soul that I was trying to get your attention, I might try to bite you on the butt, to get your attention. So that could cause that tailbone issue and the muscles in the glutes to not be working properly. All right, and there's a stuck.
And it makes, and if that's who it is, Jean, it makes sense because they were walking with a cane before they crossed over. So.
Oh wow.
They committed
Okay.
suicide. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
The stuck belief
Never even
is
thought of that one.
Yeah. The stuck belief is I am separate from God, and I am separate from others. And because this person did commit suicide, there's a lot of limiting belief system around suicide, that it's a sin, that you can't go to heaven, that you're going to go to hell, and all these kinds of things, which, again, they're just limiting beliefs. So, but that's what this person is dealing with. So that tells me that at least a fragment of this person's soul has not gone to the light and is still feeling separate, which is why this person is trying to get your attention so that you can help it cross the rainbow bridge. Okay, so let's clear this. Well, the first card I pulled says to forgive all concern. So the first thing I want you to help this person do is to forgive him or herself. And then this person needs to ask forgiveness of all those people who were hurt by the suicide, including you. And I want you to help this person's soul to raise its vibration as high as is possible for it so that it can get to a higher vibration and then begin to move to another dimension. There are actually 2 more clearings we have to do on this. And then I want you to communicate to the higher self of this soul and ask and allow the soul to vent the fear and the rage, the shame and the humiliation that is holding it earthbound. Okay, and then what I want you to do next is to call in an angel and ask the angel to pick this soul up and take it to the light. Good job. Okay. And you received blessings for calling in today and helping yourself and helping a soul that needs your help. And the first blessing is a blessing of union, the acceptance of love from yourself, from spirit, from your partner, from your family. The second blessing is synchronistic flow and good fortune. And the final blessing is renewed faith in yourself. And so it's gratitude that owns every clearing, Hillary. So just take a moment and give thanks to your angels, your teachers, and your guides. And I thank you for being of service and helping this soul to get to the light.
Thank you, Jane.
You are very welcome. You just have a fantastic week, and I appreciate your call.
All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye. So the next caller is area code 860, and who am I speaking with?
Hi, it's Amla. How are you?
Hi, Amla. I'm doing wonderful this afternoon, and how may I help you?
I hope you can. Okay, so here's what's it's on my mind. I'm a speaker, and I go out and share my story. I'm gradually, I'm legally blind, so I share my story about, I'm gradually losing my vision. I have tunnel vision, and so basically I share my story and actually motivate people to, have faith in themselves that, we all struggle in life, and to move through, you have to believe and trust yourself. So that's my message. Wow. And and so it's a little bit, I'm going through a stage right now where it's like, I know a lot of healers go through this too, and I'm also, I consider myself a healer myself, is that when you're getting brighter as far as spiritually, There's a lot of, the dark energy. And that's not dark energy, but people are people, and they don't really like that you shine brightly. So that's happening. And it's just interesting that I'm going to these functions and events and speaking, and then it's like, I know I'm the real deal. I know I have such wonderful attributes, and I speak from the heart. And it's just, I'm very authentic with myself. And if I'm not authentic, then my speaking engagements are not authentic. It just goes hand in hand. And it just is, I'm stuck because it feels like the people in the surrounding circle is kind of like, they're downsizing me. And I'm wondering, should I go in another direction? And as far as like, completely different as far as the target audience with schools and YMCA or something like that, or stick with it and don't give up. But it's just a little bit. I don't know what else to say. You would get my drift, though. It's what's going on.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I think that perhaps you and I should talk offline. Because, in October, I was involved in a freak accident and I lost the sight in one of my eyes.
Oh, really?
Wow. And so I have been, I've been looking for a way that I can use what happened to me to help motivate others. And I just didn't really know quite how to do it. So maybe I need to pair up with you. So that there can be two people sharing a story about not giving up and about how, that there are blessings with every lesson and all that kind of good stuff. So absolutely. So contact me on my website, jeanadrienne.com, and let's talk about that. But let's clear this for you. Before I even do the clearing, I want to assist you to activate a vibration inside yourself of self-validation, and also safety. There's a sense that I'm getting that you don't feel safe when you're talking to these people. So just take a moment and pull all of your energy into your heart center.
Okay.
And I want you to ask your higher self to activate the vibration of self-love and of safety.
Yes.
There you go. Perfect. That feels a lot better. Okay, so this goes back, though, to something that happened to you in this lifetime. So let's see. Was she less than 5? Was she between 5 and 10? Was she between 10 and 15? Okay. Was she 10, 11, 12, 13? What happened when you were 13, sweetie?
13, that's always the awkward stage, but, it's close enough. I was diagnosed at age 16, so I don't know if that's, but 13 was just our family moved into a new house, and that just was totally changed, obviously, when we moved. That was
the setup cards, the two setup on this, they say that you were punished for something you didn't do, and it caused you to lose faith in yourself, in others, and also in God. And what this did to you at the soul level was created burnout, exhaustion, and weariness. And so the reason why you're doubting yourself now is you're kind of almost in a state of burnout because of receiving negativity on your chosen path. And this is resonating back to whatever happened when you were 13. And we don't really need to know specifically what it was, but we just know that that's the source. You're still replaying an old record, an old paradigm, an old program. And there's a stuck belief that we need to acknowledge so that you can let it go. And the stuck belief is it's not possible to change.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's clear this.
That makes sense.
Let's clear this. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull 3 of the green clearing cards. This one. Okay, so what the first card says to do is I want you to go back and find your 13-year-old self, little teenage Amla. And I want you to connect heart to heart with your 13-year-old self. And I want you to ask her Sweetie, what can I do to help you?
Okay. Okay.
All right? And then I want you to call in an angel. This angel's name is Stamera. Stamera is the angel of forgiveness. And I want you to invite Stamera to go with you to your 13-year-old self and to help her to forgive whoever it was that caused her to be punished for something that she didn't do and caused her to lose faith in herself. And let Stamera help her to do this forgiveness work.
I feel that. Oh, wow.
And then I want you to take your 13-year-old self by the hand.
Yeah.
And just like with the first caller today, I want you to walk hand in hand with your 13-year-old self into the violet flame of transformation. And allow Saint Germain's beautiful violet flame to burn away everything that is not love. All burnout, all exhaustion, all weariness, all beliefs that are limiting you in any way whatsoever, and anything from the past that's locking you into the karmic template so that you can let it go. And take a deep breath in and let it go. Okay. And you receive blessings for having the courage to call in today. So the first blessing that you receive is synchronistic flow and good fortune. The second blessing is release from overwhelm. And the third blessing is a centeredness and calmness that will enable you to see exactly what you need to do and do it. And it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment and give thanks to your angels, your teachers, and your guides. And I'm grateful that you called because you're giving me potentially an opportunity to assist you and others by sharing my story too.
Oh my goodness, I feel so much lighter.
Cool.
And it's interesting. It's just interesting because that was the theme of my life, is that it happened over and over again. I was punished for something they didn't do.
And now you're standing up in front of people and you're creating it again because it's an unresolved issue from the past. Does that make sense?
Totally, of course. You know, it's like Greg Braden saying, you know, once you've learned the lesson, you don't need to experience it anymore. So it's going to keep on coming up until you learn your lesson. Yeah.
And usually it keeps getting, you know, it starts as a carrot, and then it's a stick, and then it's a cosmic 2x4. So, you know, we want to fix that before we get to that 2x4 state.
Did you feel it go? Did you feel me release for you?
Absolutely.
Did you feel that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was big. That was big. So, great.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, and I'm going to be.
Thank you for calling.
I'm going to love you. Yes. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, listeners, we've got time for a few more clearings. The number to call is area code 657-383-1895. And while I'm waiting for your calls, I also want to make you aware, you know, the cards that I'm using to do the clearings on the show, these are cards that I created many years ago. They're called the InnerSpeak cards, and they're available for sale on my website, JeanneAdrienne.com. They're also available on Amazon.com. But you can have access to them on your computer for free. So all you have to do is go to my website, JeanneAdrienne.com, and sign up for my newsletter. And when you do that, as soon as you opt in, I will send you a link to the online version of the InnerSpeak cards. It's completely automated. It tells you exactly what you need to know and shows you exactly how to do it, and you can't mess it up. So you can use them every day for as long as you want. If you, by some reason, do not like my newsletter, you can feel free to opt out at any time and then still continue to use the cards. So, what I want to do, since I don't have any callers in queue right now, I do want to do a generic clearing for everyone who listens to this show. And the clearing that I want to focus on is opening up to knowing and feeling and owning your true worth. So let's just take a moment, surrender to Spirit, and ask for help. And the source of what's keeping each of us from knowing our true worth is something that's happened to us in this lifetime. So we knew our true worth when we came in, but then something happened and shifted that. So it's going to be different for each person who listens to this. So let's pull two of the orange cards, which are the setup. The setup will be the same for all of us. And the first card says arranged or no love marriage. So this is either your parents were in a situation where you didn't feel like they loved each other and you took responsibility for that, or you might perhaps have been in a marriage where there was no love. And the second card that I pulled as far as setup is concerned is servitude, and felt powerless to do anything about it, especially if this was your parents and you were a child. And you could see that the household wasn't happy and you wanted to make it right. You wanted your parents to stay together, but you were powerless to do anything about it. And quite frankly, it wasn't your job. So I can see where that setup would be appropriate as well. So let's see what this did to us at the soul level. And, you know, we're all one. So the same soul reaction is appropriate for each of us. And it is that our hearts have been shut down because of what happened to us earlier in this lifetime. And there's a stuck belief that we need to acknowledge and let go. And that stuck belief is, I can't have what I want. And, you know, when we don't know our worth, then we end up settling for less than what we really want. And then that becomes a pattern that keeps us from knowing our joy fully as we should in our life. So let's clear this. It's time for all of us to let this go. Okay, so the first clearing says to look out at the edge of your field. And in order to protect yourself, you put a transparent egg around your field to keep things from hurting you. And it doesn't serve you anymore. So just look out at the edge of your field and dissolve that egg. You created it. You can dissolve it. And when you get rid of the one that's out at the edge of your field, you've also put one around your heart. It's holding your heart closed. So I want you to locate this little thing. It looks like a saran wrap egg. And just dissolve that as well. Perfect. And now I want you to invite your heart center to open, to release all the wounds from throughout your life where you felt powerless to help with anything and you were in a situation where love was not present. So just let your heart release all of those wounds and ask your heart center to heal itself, to fully open, and to balance its energy front and back, yin and yang. And so finally, you've got energetic debris inside your body and out in your field that came from the thought forms earlier in your lifetime where you felt powerless to change and you decided you couldn't have what you want. And this energetic debris looks like mirrors. And what these mirrors do is they attract to you people, places, and situations that make you feel like you felt earlier in your life, powerless, can't have what you want. Just want you to ask the angels to take away all these mirrors that are blocking you from fully actualizing who you truly are, your self-worth in this lifetime. And you receive blessings for doing this work. The first blessing is release from overwhelm. The second blessing is renewed faith in yourself. And the final blessing is a healing from your awakened inner. And it is gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment now and give thanks to your angels, teachers, and guides. And we have another caller area code 323. And who am I speaking with?
Hi, my name is Yvette.
Hi, Yvette. How are you today?
I'm pretty good.
Okay. So how can I help you?
I would love to get a clearing or healing. Mm-hmm. I know I have a pressed nerve that sometimes actually impedes in my hand movement, like it might, like a thumb or a finger might make it stiff.
Okay.
So
and which
I know
hand?
Right now is mostly the right hand right now. It's the finger next to the pinky finger.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So this is actually coming from the pinched nerves in your neck, sweetie.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm feeling it. Okay. So let's just take a moment, surrender to spirit, and ask
Thank
for
you.
help. Okay. So let's see where this is coming from. So this actually goes back to conception, gestation, or birth for you as well. But in your case, this is a gestational issue. So something didn't get formed exactly right, probably in your neck, that is acted up now. So let's see what the setup is around gestational. And I'm going to pull 2 of the orange cards. Interesting. Okay. So what was going on with your parents when your mother was pregnant with you?
I don't know. Yeah.
And you probably wouldn't know. I'll just tell you what it says. The first card that I pulled says denied infidelity. So somebody was not happy in the relationship. Whether or not their actual infidelity took place, I don't know. But apparently, one of the partners accused the other one, and the other one said they didn't do it. But you were a sentient being in your mother's womb, and you heard all of this, and it made you feel powerless. You wanted to help, but you couldn't help. So that's the setup around this. I'm going to look at the yellow card, which is, what did this do to your soul? And it caused you shame and humiliation. Even you weren't even born, and you were already feeling shame about something that really had nothing to do with you. It just was what it was. All right, and there is a stuck belief. And the stuck belief is it's not possible to change. So let's clear this so that we can get rid of this nerve compromise here. And I pull 3 of the clearing cards. This one's hiding, so I'm going to pull it. And this one. This one. Okay. So you have old stuck energy in your body and in your field that actually was created by thought forms when you were in your mother's womb. And it looks just like stuck areas of energy. So part of this is not allowing the nerve impulses to properly flow the cranial nerves that are coming down from your brain, and it's getting stuck in the neck area. So I want you to find these old areas of stuck energy. They're just going to look like yucky stuff. And ask the angels to take them to the light. Some of them are actually out in your field. They're in your spiritual body and in your emotional body. So they're not all inside your physical body, which may be why you haven't been able to get this fixed, because the blockages are outside your physical body. Okay, so let's let them all go. Okay. And now what I want you to do is I want you to call in an angel and ask her to help you. This angel, I said her, but the angel is Raphael. Raphael is the angel of healing. So I want you to invite Raphael to come in and to release this. The word I'm hearing is stricture, and I don't even know if that's a valid word, but there's a tightening of this. Maybe the spinal column is closed somewhat more so than it should be. I'm not a medical intuitive. I'm just saying what I'm saying. So, take it for what it's worth. But let's let Raphael fix this. And just ask Raphael to help you, to give you back your divine blueprint. Do you have pain associated with this in your neck?
It's not really in the neck. It's kind of weird. It happened when I was in a workshop, and the injury, I fell, and my right shoulder, I don't know how to explain it. I think it's popped out, but it's not popped out, because if it was popped out, I probably would I still have range of motion, but I don't really have any pain. It's just, I can tell there's a little bit of, now it's like a little bit of, when you get that little bit of a knot in the back of the neck, and just a little one, and sometimes it bounces from a different finger. It may not stay on the same finger, it might just bounce to another one. Yeah, exactly.
It's interesting because what I was just hearing was that, and this was at about 5 months of gestation, that you decided that you were a pain in the neck to your parents, that, if Mama wasn't pregnant, this wouldn't have happened. And so I'm such a pain in the neck. That's just bizarre. I can't tell you where that's coming from, but that's what I heard. Okay. So what I want you to do now is I want you to pretend like you're standing in front of a big mirror, a full-length wardrobe mirror. And the image that you're going to see there is an image of you being overshadowed by this identity that was you at about 5 months of gestation, that is holding this, nothing's ever going to change this. I'm stuck with this. And I just want you to see her, acknowledge her. You need to see her because she needs to be seen. And then I want you to gently blow on that mirror, and I want you to blow that image away so that you see the beautiful being of light that is you. In your wholeness, in your fullness, in your health, with the restoration of all the nerve impulses flowing from your brain down your arm and out to your hand so that you can reach out and grab the world, because the world is your creation. You can grab it and hold on to it and create what you want because you deserve it. Okay, and you get blessings from the angels for doing this work, Yvette. So let's just see what the angels have for you now. The first one is renewed faith in yourself. These have been coming up a lot today. Synchronistic flow and good fortune. And union, the acceptance of love from yourself, from spirit, from your partner, from your family. And it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So will you just take a moment and give thanks to your angels, your teachers, and your guides. And I thank you for calling in today.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank
have a good one. Bye-bye. All right. So we have time for one more caller. So if there's somebody else out there that's listening and would like a clearing, 657-383-1895. And I'll be happy to do one more clearing today before we run out of time. And if not, because I know there's a little lag, so I'm going to just give it a minute. My producer says there are no other callers. So I just want to thank everyone who called in today and all of you who listen to the archives as well as listening to the live show on the internet on Blog Talk. I love each and every one of you, and I am going to miss y'all a lot, but not enough to not go to France. So take care and enjoy Lori next week. She'll do a great job for you. And then I will be back in 3 weeks. So have a great week. And until I speak to you again, remember, people who take responsibility for their lives create the reality they desire. Ciao.
Daddy, where do babies come from?
Honey?
Mommy went to the store.
Oh, well, you see, there's a mommy and a daddy, right?
Right.
And see, when they call Geico, they could save a bunch of money on car insurance.
Oh, really? And that makes them happy?
Yes, that makes them very happy.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we could have this talk, Sunshine.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.